Hey friends, welcome back to Stappystamper and Merry Christmas Eve. My name is Terry Stapp and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Central Texas. Tonight we are going to talk about the last minute gift bag. So it's Christmas Eve, you have one final gift to wrap, and you are all out of bags and the stores are closed, and oh no, what do? We're going to make a gift bag tonight that is super simple. If you have a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, you're golden. Okay. Now, do any of you remember this? The gift bag punch board. So if you had this, we were able to make gift bags using this punch board, but then I got to thinking, this is kind of an older product. It's been a while since we've had this. What do people do if you don't have a punch board? We can make the same exact bag that you would make with a punch board. Looks like this, without the punch board. Just your trimmer and a pair of scissors and some adhesive, and you are good to go. So let's put this together real quick so Santa Claus can come tonight and bring you all the goodies. Okay, I did cut my designer series paper to 8 by 12. So I just cut 4 inches off of one side. Now, you're going to want the 12-inch, you're going to want to leave one side 12 inches. The height of the bag doesn't matter. You can make it shorter, you can make it taller, you can use a full sheet of 12 by 12. So that part doesn't matter. I personally like the dimensions of the bag when you do an 8 by 12 sheet of paper. So that's what I went with, and I will be using this to wrap a gift tonight. Okay, start with your 8 by 12 sheet of paper. I'm going to turn it. If you have directional paper, think about that, because when it's laid out with the 12-inch side across the top, that is going to be the direction of the paper. Okay. So my bag is going to go this way with the 12 inches at the top. No, I lied to you. With the 8 inches at the top, I'm going to score my paper at 1 inch. I'm going to open up the arm here. 1 inch and 6.5 inches. Okay. Now I'm going to turn my paper 12 inches across the top. I'm going to score my bag at 3 3/4. So one score line there. Then I'm going to go to 4 3/4. Score there. 5 3/4. And then 9.5. 10.5. And 11.5. That's it. Okay, that's the scoring piece. So get your bone folder and let's go ahead and crease those score lines. So decide whichever side you want facing out and whichever side you want facing in. I'm going to have the red side facing out. So I'm going to put that up and I'm going to fold this piece towards me. So once again, think about directionality on your paper. If you have, you know, something with Santa Claus or snowmen or something, and you don't want to have upside down Santa Claus, then maybe you want to use it the other way. Okay. Here's my 6.5 inch score line. I'm also going to burnish those edges, and I'm going to go across here. Here's my 3.5, my 4.5, my 5.5, oh no, I told you it's not the half. 3 3/4, 4 3/4, 5 3/4. Now I have my halves. 9.5, 10.5, 11.5. All right, we are burnished. Now I need some snips, and we're going to do some cutting. So I have my, what side can you see better? I think you can see this side better. So I have my, what was my 3.5 inch, why do I keep saying half? 3 3/4 inch. I have 3 score lines here with a longer rectangle. And then I have 3 more score lines with a little bitty rectangle over here. Okay. I need to just miter my corner. So I see my score line right there. I'm just going to take a chunk out of that corner. Then I have this first score line. Can you see that? I think you can see that. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to make a V cut. So I'm going to cut on this side of the score line at an angle, and this side of the score line at an angle. Okay, I'm going to skip this one, and I'm going to V-cut this one. So I'm going to start at an angle, cut to the score line, angle, cut to the score line. Moving on down, here's my next score line. Can you see it? Yep. Okay, there's my next score line. I'm going to V-cut there. So angle to the score line, angle to the score line, skip the next one. And this one I'm going to angle to the score line, and then I'm just going to cut this right off. Just like that. Okay, after my cutting is done, I have my 1 inch score line at the top. I want my red side facing out. So I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to kind of flip my paper over now. Okay, here's that 1/2 inch that's left. So I'm just going to fold it so that the red part of the 1/2 inch faces up towards me. I'm turning it upside down because I'm right-handed. I'm going to put a little adhesive under here, and then run a little adhesive just on that 1/2 inch part of the paper. Okay, this gets folded over to match. So I'm going to match that up just to that score line. Press it down. It is liquid adhesive, so it's gonna take just a minute. And then I have this little flap. I'm going to put another little bit of glue right under there to hold that down. Okay. All right. Pressing it down, making sure it's going to hold. Now here are the sides of my paper. Nope, the sides of my bag. So I have the little indentions on the side. This is the top of my bag. I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to glue the bottom. So I'm going to take these 2 smaller flaps on the side, liquid adhesive, maybe some liquid adhesive, maybe, there we go. Okay, I'm going to fold one of the flaps over here. Okay, try to make sure that the edges are square. Now I'm going to put adhesive on this flap, but only at the top, because if I put it down here, there's this little hole right there, and I'm going to have glue on the bottom of my bag on the inside, and I don't want that. So I'm going to put just adhesive at the top, fold this over, flip my bag over. Now I'm going to get my bone folder again, and I'm just going to stick it down on the inside. I'm going to press from the top. So I'm pressing down on those flaps just to make sure that I get some good pressure, that it will adhere well and won't come apart from the bottom. All right, folks, that is your bag. So we put this together from start to finish faster than you could have gotten in your car, driven to the store if they happen to be open. And we have a great little gift bag. Get yourself one little sheet of tissue paper, do the little wrist flip thing, stuff it in there, and Merry Christmas. You did it. All right, you saved the day with your quick and easy gift bag. Okay, after the paper pumpkin alternative video next week on New Year's Eve, in January on Wednesdays, there's 4 Wednesdays, and I'm going to be using the components of the 2025 Stamping Up Advent Calendar. Maybe you got it for Christmas and you cannot wait to play with it. Maybe you got it before Christmas and it's just kind of sat there because you're not quite sure what to do with the stuff. So I'm going to take the first Wednesday, I'm going to take what's behind number 1, what's behind number 2 over here, and what's behind number 3, and I'm going to make a card with those 3 things. The next Wednesday, we will open 4, 5, and 6 and make a card with whatever's behind 4, 5, and 6. Since there's 12, 12 little cubby holes, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 first week, 4, 5, 6 the second week, 7, 8, 9 the third week, and 10, 11, 12 the last week in January. And we will be making some awesome projects using that. Now, in addition to Wednesdays in January, I am starting a Sunday stamp along. So each Sunday at noon, I will have a video where I take one featured stamp set for the whole month and make 4 cards. So the first Sunday, I'll make a card, second Sunday, different card, third Sunday, so on and so on. So we will have the Sweet Jar set featured in January, and we will be making 2 Valentine's Day cards. We'll be making a happy birthday card with the chocolate chip cookies. And then we'll be making a St. Patrick's Day card or just a general good luck card. But we'll be using those 4-leaf clovers on the 4th card in January. So you will be all set to go for that. So join me in January on Sundays and on Wednesdays for some awesome card making. Until then, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas and Stappy Stamping.